Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the next day of the van build. We had to remove one of these big bolts and replace it with a lower head one. Here, we're going to do a cutout around here so that the plywood fits on there. We picked up the sheets of exterior marine plywood. So, and back here we have finished coating the floor completely now with the Rustproofing, and you can see that looks pretty good all throughout. Marshall's going to sweep it out now and go through and find any spots that are light, and then go through and give them a final touch-up. Next thing I need to do is do a layout. I've done that on, we've got our 1/4-inch sheet of marine plywood here, which is a solid core material, no gaps, no spaces in it. We're going to basically be cutting out this part here and also this part over here. Okay, layout is absolutely critical.
Okay, what are we doing today, Rosie?
We're cutting out our first piece of wood here. I could use a radial saw, but I like to control it to the saber saw. All the cuts have been made. Yeah, there's some, we have to be very careful we don't snap off these tangs on the front that go over the front of the coach. And we have to be able to fit around the pantry and just do a straight shot back from there. So, okay, the board is all cut and ready to lay in. I'm putting a long board front to back on the coach, reason being this is the heavy traffic area walking through. And I really want to avoid at all costs having a seam in this part of the coach on the floor, because any imperfections will be transmitted up to the surface of the coach. I took a little bit of scribing and a little bit of finagling with that first piece, but it's such a critical piece because that's a high wear area. And you can see that's in there real nice now. Inside of the coach, it's cut in very well. That's the most critical piece of flooring in the whole coach, because back here will be a stationary bed. We can just use smaller pieces of wood here. So when we go to hook this down, we'll just snap chalk lines here from front to back on the high ribs, and we'll know our locations for or we can just measure them off and drill in place down. So it'll take a little bit of shimming to make sure it's very firm by the door area. It kind of drops down a little bit down there by the nature of the coach design. So I think all in all, it looks pretty good. And I am excited to have, that was a lot of work fitting that thing in, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yep. How many splinters did you get? All in all, I'd say that's really turned out quite nicely there, fitting that first piece of wood. So, yep, Marshall, that's the critical one right there. All right, guys, we also had to cut out for bolt heads that hold the propane tank, and that's still going to be a very nice level surface right there with them underneath, and it's not a traffic area where you step on that area, so that's good. Once the final flooring goes down, that's going to be a while, we're going to go ahead and put a seam strip along here, and that'll look really, really nice. I think we'll try to get some new rubber for the front there, but all in all, I would say it doesn't, never looks like a lot, but it's a lot of, you got to be very careful. This marine plywood is expensive, and I don't like to waste anything. Thanks for being along, guys.